Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Late night with the bullshit. Come on in. Let's go. Let's go. I want you in that live chat trolling heavy. Salute to the Seattle Seahawks. They won the Super Bowl in case you only watched the halftime show, okay? They beat the New England Patriots. The final score 29-13. They really stomped him out. They stomped him out, but it was a decent game. It wasn't trash, but it was decent, you know. So I was happy to see the Seattle Seahawks win another Super Bowl. Me, kids, I'm as old as dust. You know this. I've liked the Seahawks ever since the days of Jim Zorn. You know that name? Probably not. I think he played 8 or 9 seasons with the Seattle Seahawks. And I've just always had an appreciation for them, but I'm nobody's fan. This you know already, okay? Now, let's get down to business with the Bad Bunny halftime show, Super Bowl 60. I'm going to give you my opinion later. I want you tapping in. I want you to say, if you thought it was ass, call in and tell us why it was ass. If it worked for you, tell us why it worked. The only thing I'm going to say about it is that I thought it was better than Kendrick Lamar's performance. Yeah. Kendrick Lamar, his whole execution to me was garbage. But I'm going to reserve comment with regards to Bad Bunny for right now, okay? Also, coming up a little bit later, because I'm going to try and pull a 3-hour show here, 3-hour show. Coming up a little later, I am going to make a special announcement with regards to something that I finally did some research on. I have to raise the white flag. I have to throw in the towel. There will be no more NBA sports talk on the Star Report, and I'll tell you why a little bit later, okay? But anyway, phone lines are open. What'd you think? I do want to say this, though. Thank you to Bad Bunny, your management, your team, whoever. Thank you for not bringing Cardi B out. And thank you, and God bless your families, for not bringing Fat Joe on the stage. Oh, my God. Can I get an amen from anybody in the live chat? Thank you. Fat Joe was nowhere in sight. I thought I saw Cardi B dancing in front of the little bodega thing. Can anybody confirm that? Can anybody confirm Cardi B, she had her little fat little doo-doo maker bouncing against the little bodega? Thank you, Jesus. In the name of the blood. Let me take a sip of my Corona. Can anybody confirm, please? Please. I spoke to a couple of people right after the halftime show. I'm not going to say anybody's names, people who I respect. Somebody said Bad Bunny should have brought out Mark Anthony and Carlos Santana. I said, what? I said, let me get up off this phone. Oh, you know what I have to say? I have to say this. Now, this is not my feelings toward his whole performance, which I'm not going to play because I'm sure that's a copyright strike. I fuck with Ricky Martin heavy since the days of Menudo. Anybody in the live chat, have you ever heard of Menudo? I'm sure that's probably before your time. I was with Menudo heavy. Y'all niggas was fucking with New Edition. Okay, all right, phone lines are open. Let's get down to business. Please respect the like button. I would like to leave this show up tonight. I've been doing shows, for those of you who don't know, but all the profanity and the crazy shit, I can't keep the shows up, all right? Let me bring in a couple of callers. Hopefully I've got a couple of Puerto Rocks, Germans, anybody that can just, address this early. Bad Bunny halftime show performance, Super Bowl number 60. Are you there? 4-0.
The two-time Grammy Award winning Ricky Martin. Let's get it right, Star. Let's put some respect on his name.
Let's get it right. Come on.
Let's put some respect on his name. Bad Bunny put on for Puerto Ricans everywhere. Even if you didn't know the music, You heard the beat, you heard the rhythm. He put it down for Latin America, and all respect to Bad Bunny, man. Can't nobody say nothing on this track.
I heard the
nobody.
I heard the numbers. I can't confirm this. I heard the numbers were like over 130 million people watched in comparison to Turning Point USA with Kid Rock, who was lip syncing. I saw a little bit of his performance. Maybe 5 million.
130 million. 5.3 for Kid Rock. I sent it to your email.
Oh, that was you.
Sorry.
Okay.
That was me.
Come on.
Puerto Rico.
Come on.
You know, we put on, man. It was an amazing show. Great production. I love the Apple Music. It didn't really seem like you were in a stadium. It really did for us, man. We put on. That's all I gotta say, man.
I'm gonna say this because I don't want to give too much of my opinion just yet. It was family friendly. Did you notice that?
Of course, it's been family friendly.
Yeah, but he gave the little kid, whatever his name was, Julito, gave him the Grammy. Did you see him pat him on the head? Family friendly.
Yep. It's been like that from the get, and I think what a lot of people didn't really kind of get was that it's for everybody. I mean, everybody wanted him to bring on a dress, be a Zest Fest and whatnot, and he just put on for everybody, man. He put on for Puerto Rico. Shout out to Bad Bunny.
Well, we don't do shout outs, man, but I appreciate the cold salute. Thank you.
We don't.
Thank you, man. Yeah, don't start that shout out shit. Hey, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Frank White, I got your donation. He says the halftime show looked like customer service. Okay. Listen, I want you trolling heavy. Let me get that on the screen. Salute to my nigga Frank, huh? Where's that comment? Pow, there you go. Hold on. Is that the homie there? D. Well, I'm not going to say his name. Pardon me. Are you tapping in, sir? Max Vision Films. Are you tapping in? Family friendly. You know, I saw two Hispanics gyrating on each other. I said, whoa, okay. I think they were like right in the truck door or some shit like that. Can anybody acknowledge all the dark-skinned people? Whoa. Bad Bunny had more dark-skinned people at the Super Bowl halftime show than a lot of rappers have in their fucking videos. Let's go. Is that my guy, area code 202, tapping in? Late night, 202.
Yeah, I wasn't going to call in, bro, but the last guy, there is nothing about Latin America that should be celebrated at all. The only reason Bad Bunny, and I think he has some okay music, but the only reason he's reaching the heights that he has is because America's been invaded by these people. If these people would have stayed in their third world hellholes where they belong, Bad Bunny would not have reached his level of success.
Please introduce yourself properly, sir. You are Aaron, for those who don't know.
That's correct. That's correct, man. Like I said, I was going to chill until the last guy. Puerto Rico is not a real country. Okay, let's just establish Latin America, right? All Latin countries were created, maintained, and built by white people. Okay, every single country that is Latin was built, it was created. Every single flag that you waved on that stage was created by a white person. What I don't understand about these people, right? These sugar cane cutters, right? What I don't understand about you people is you will demand something from the colonizer that you will never demand from the conquistador. Okay?
I was just about to ask you about Spain and Cortez and all this. Okay, but hang on a second.
Yeah.
Hang on. So you watched the halftime show. Did you watch the game between the Seahawks and the Patriots, or just the halftime?
Yeah, I had it on in the back. I mean, I was in and out. It was a horrible game. Yeah, I saw it. It was terrible. It was a terrible game. I mean, there's no way to me that these are the two best teams in the NFL. I'm sorry. Maybe I could lean that way with Seattle, but the Patriots had no
They were trash.
The Patriots had no business in that, and had it not been for like injuries with every other team, they wouldn't have been there. But that's just me being biased.
Now, hang on. Now, I want to ask you because I want to try and be as fair and objective as possible. I have not given my all-around opinion on Bad Bunny's performance just yet. However, there was a lot of dark-skinned people, male and female, in his whole set. Yes, I mean we have to acknowledge that.
Yeah, it's performative. I mean, how are dark-skinned people treated in Latin America?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's we get it. Like this unity that they're trying to bring, it's only temporary.
Okay.
They're only celebrating darker people when they get to America, but in Puerto Rico, they're not celebrated. Him and there's no dark-skinned famous Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico. So like, it's funny to me that you can't pull. I've been to these countries. Yeah, like, so everybody that is famous from these places, for the most part, are whiter people with straight hair.
Okay.
So you can come to America and play your little black and brown game or whatever for the time being. We get it. You're all trying to team up like Voltron to go against white people. Okay. That's what you think is going to happen, right?
Can I ask you a question? I hate to cut you short. Did you see Kid Rock perform? He was lip syncing. I tried to watch.
No, I didn't. I didn't see that Turning Point USA.
Garbage.
Yeah, I think they could have gotten better people. I think they could if it would have been Nicki Minaj and like somebody said it would have been Nicki Minaj and Kodak Black and Lil Wayne. And like, think about it. Trump could have pulled those people. If it was Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, and NBA YoungBoy, because let's be real. This is black versus brown. Okay? If Turning Points USA had gotten all of the rappers that Trump had pardoned to do a show versus Bad Bunny, because think about it, reggaeton is growing while rap music is dying.
Okay.
So that I think would have been better than Kid Rock. Okay. They didn't even have, these people are old. Like,
yeah, I'm not going to give Kid Rock too much attention, but I am going to play a part of him lip syncing. All right. So overall, scale of 1 to 10, Bad Bunny's performance, which I'm hearing has got incredible numbers, over 130 million, according to Nielsen. I have to double check that. What do you give it? Scale of 1 to 10. Bad Bunny's performance.
-2. I can't respect. The thing is this, does he have good music? Yes. But I cannot respect Latin America. Okay. I just cannot.
Okay. Great to talk.
So I just, yeah. All right.
Thank you, Ernest. Okay. Coming up a little bit later, again, I want to talk to you guys about the NBA, why I will never, ever discuss basketball on the Star Report again, all right? Who is this? Are you calling in? Oh, my, okay. So someone just sent me a picture confirming Cardi B was there, but she was shaking her doo-doo maker. She was standing in front of the little house, bodega area, whatever you want to call it, all right? Let's go to area code 876. Good morning. Are you there? We're talking about Bad Bunny's performance.
Morning, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Bless up from Jamaica.
Bless up.
I've put some respect on Bad Bunny name.
Come on.
Big and serious. From a level of showmanship, just the whole setup and professionalism of it, even though I'm not as familiar as a lot of people are, I'm going to get familiar on the strength of this, because in the same vein where a lot of people gravitate towards reggae and they tell you they don't know what the hell it's saying, but them just have a vibe with it.
Right.
The vibe dead with this brother, and him put on, and I have to agree with you about the Kendrick thing.
Yeah.
As far as it being a superior delivery and just overall, and the representation of all the Americas with the flags and everything, and God bless America at the end, it kind of just, at the end of the day, agree with it or disagree with it, it was an American performance that showed, the Latin aspect of it.
Puerto Rico is part of America. We've been using Vieques for target practice for decades. The U.S. Navy. It's part of America.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, and I'm partial to Latin pum pum, so you know, it was a glorious performance, you know, and I just kind of want to see the numbers as far as confirming, but everybody's saying you said it. A couple other people said it is in 130 something million versus the whole turning point thing. And I plan to, because I'm a masochist, I'm going to probably tune into the train wreck at some point to kind of just see how horrendous it was.
Well, listen. I don't know if that's confirmed. Someone sent me, something they typed. I'm looking for the actual source, but on the screen is Cardi B. That's the little bodega thing. So she was there, in the midst of everything. Thank God there is no God, but thank God she didn't have a microphone because she did a track. Yeah, she did a track with Bad Bunny. So, I just wanted to point that out. Okay,
her man's team did horrendously, though.
Oh, trash, garbage. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I have a bag of brethren them in the New England area, and the whole of them vexed right now. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it was a good Sunday night. I can't be mad, so, I mean, that's my 2 cents.
Okay. Well,
definitely putting respect on Bad Bunny.
Hold on a second before you go. We have a lot of people from the older generation, and they are hating, but now are some of them being hypocrites because you're born and raised in Jamaica, yes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't know what the data would be if there's any, but so many women over the centuries from America go to these Latin islands and the Caribbean islands as well in seek of non-English speaking men to have sexual excursions, right? And then come back to the States here and pretend to be holier than thou. Yes? No?
Facts. There are entire establishments down here that cater to that. Yeah. They call them rent-a-dreads.
Say it again.
And they call them rent-a-dreads. And they are far away from their little middle America town or their deep south Bible Belt town where nobody don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
And them get little of the local weed and the red stripe beer or the rum and, BBC Central.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the network.
I had a buddy of mine and his wife of 6 years went down there and I don't want to talk crazy, but got DP'd. DP'd.
Oh, yeah. Double
penetrated. Came back to the States. He didn't know shit. And somehow it got out and it broke his heart. So this has been going on. So I just want to say that because the hypocrisy of people just hating the guy, it blows my mind. But anyway, go ahead, land your plane, please.
Yeah, man. I mean, I basically said everything I want to say. So, keep doing what you do. You're done now. Bless up. Have a blessed night.
Yes, sir. Slow.
Zine.
Anybody know what I'm talking about? A lot of white females go down to Puerto Rico and these other places and seek of guys, like Bad Bunny. Hi, do you know where I can get some Molly? A little crank. Do they still say crank or is that some old shit? A little quicker, picker upper. Big Keys, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Big Keys from Jersey. Salute, my nigga. Salute. Okay. Guys, in case you don't know, Kid Rock, he's not from Detroit. Guys, where is he from? On the outer suburbs, right? And in 1988 or 89, he used to wear a high top fade. He was signed to Jive Records. We've discussed this before. But then he morphed into some type of, Southern rocker. Someone was on hold here for a while. Here's area code 605. Good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. Please watch the language. Are you there? 6.
Hello, Star. It's Miss Ruth. Good evening.
Hey, long time. How are you?
I'm good. I had to call in tonight, Star, because I'm hearing a lot of crazy stuff about how Puerto Ricans ain't this and how Puerto Ricans ain't that, and I had to come on and represent for my people.
I think you're talking about Aaron in particular, because I haven't given my opinion just yet. I did say I thought it was better than Kendrick Lamar's performance on my X page, but where do you want to start, Miss Ruth? You're Puerto Rican, yes, retired, law enforcement.
Yes, yes,
law enforcement.
I am, and I agree with you. I agree that his performance was much better than Kendrick Lamar's.
Family friendly.
But I also want to address that if you really want to know about Puerto Rican history, it's not hard. Go on Google and search. We have so many artists, entertainers, sports stars. We have leaders and thinkers. You have Neil deGrasse Tyson, Ruben Diaz.
Don't forget the astronauts.
Enrique Laguirre for
Miss Ruth.
Piano.
Don't forget the astronauts.
As far as like thinkers, we have sports, Carmelo Anthony, Kelly Acosta, Jasmine Camacho Quinn, an Olympic gold.
Shakur Stevenson. Hang on, Miss Ruth. Hang on. You have to. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was trying to say, don't forget the Puerto Rican astronauts. I threw somebody a curveball a couple of years ago, and they didn't know that there were any Puerto Rican astronauts. Okay, so hang on a second.
Correct. And there was more than one.
Right. So
there was more than one.
Miss Ruth, hold on. I love the fact that he brought out Ricky Martin. Come on, Menudo back in the days, huh? Menudo.
Star, when Ricky Martin came out, I gasped and I cried. I was like, oh my God. From a little boy, that man was representing Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Okay, let me tell you something. That man is Puerto Rico. His performance was a celebration. His performance was a celebration of pride. His performance was a celebration of America. He ended that Super Bowl with a football saying America. He wasn't only about Puerto Rico, but he was also about the American pride. That man proved what the American dream is all about. That man proved what America can do to anyone who started in a freaking grocery store bagging groceries, and in 10 years, he ended up in a freaking...
Miss Ruth, can you fix your phone, please? You're breaking up.
Puerto Ricans are not successful. Don't tell me that Puerto Ricans do not achieve. Do not tell me that Puerto Ricans...
Guys, her phone's breaking up. Give me a second. Miss Ruth.
Contribute to this country.
Baby, if your phone's breaking up, just bring it down just a notch, okay? All right, so
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm passionate about this stuff.
I know, but just hear me out. Thank God he didn't bring out Jennifer Lopez, huh? Thank God.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. He brought out one of the biggest stars in America, Lady Gaga, and then he graced us with the presence of Ricky Martin. I got you, Star. I agree with you.
Great to talk to you. I got to take other calls. Nice to hear from you, darling. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Star. Okay. Love you.
Bye. Love you too. All right, Miss Ruth. 561. Good evening. Good morning. We're talking about the Bad Bunny performance, Super Bowl 60 halftime show. Are you there? 561.
Hey, yeah, I'm here. Thank you for having me. Okay. With the performance.
So you're on a speakerphone. Can you make the adjustment so we can hear you? You sound kind of far away.
Yeah, I apologize about that. About the performance, I think everybody is going to fall on political lines. I'll play the devil's advocate. From the right side, I don't think they should disparage the culturalism in the music. I think unity is best. and it, brings people together. On the left side, I think you have to know what conservatives and other people on the right, what they were going against. I don't think they were going against Puerto Ricans and or that culture or different cultures.
Okay.
They were going against the messenger. He, went against ICE. Conservatives, as it's more of puritanical belief system in masculinity, the old puritanical concept of duty when it comes to masculinity. So Bad Bunny wearing a dress, Ricky Martin having an open homosexual relationship.
So watch your mouth. That's Ricky Martin. I don't care what you say about Bad Bunny, but you put some respect on Ricky Martin's name. Now hold on a second. I appreciate you doing a deep dive, but I don't want to do the political thing. Just on face value, did it work for you? Was it trash? I'm not tripping on him speaking Spanish because, truthfully, I used to listen, and I used to have like 5 or 6 albums by Luis Miguel back in the 80s. Half this shit I couldn't even understand, but good music is good music. What'd you think?
Okay. I know a few Bad Bunny songs. Like I'm Cuban and black. My wife is Mexican.
Okay.
So, I do have a decent Hispanic background. The performance, I'm gonna give you a quote. Okay. T.S. Eliot said, what's worse, or what the great temptation or the great treason is not doing the wrong thing, is doing the right thing for the wrong reason.
Okay.
I don't know the intent of the message that he was trying to put out. I don't know if he was purposely trying to portray this just to make it seem as if, hey, I'm this virtuous. I don't know if it was virtue signaling. So I cannot separate the message from the performance. I can't. Just giving you an opinion on the performance. It's hard to try to separate those two, if that makes sense.
Well, listen, I don't think that there was an actual message until the end, to be honest with you. I mean, he was just doing a lot of traditional stuff, walking, and then he fell through the roof, and then the whole, it was a lot of Puerto Rican culture. And a lot of people, who go to Puerto Rico and these other places, they go there because they want to be in tune with the natives. They want to feel some type of connection. And I can respect people here that, demand you speak English and all this other stuff. Hell, I'm conservative. But, the NFL is about money, and they're going to have other people that we don't necessarily like. But the halftime show is for, entertainment. Point blank. Go ahead and let you play.
Yeah. Do you think it was more entertainment, or do you think it was any political messages or anything?
I think both, but I don't always want to make it political. I want to see what the younger people think, what they feel. I don't think it's going to change anything at the end with all the different flags. It's not going to change nothing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just think we're such a political centered society.
Yeah.
I find it hard to, separate both.
Okay.
It's extremely, extremely hard. On an artsy, performative thought, I think it was, artsy and it was performative. So, I have to give credit, and then I know juxtaposed to the Turning Point USA.
Oh, God.
I did agree a lot with your caller where he said he could have gotten some, black artists. I think it would have elevated it, but
I think Ludacris dropped out. A lot of people dropped out that they originally had scheduled for the Turning Point USA show. But hey, man, I got to take other calls. I appreciate you. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lady Gaga, she did her thing. I've seen her perform twice. Radio City Music Hall and then Madison Square Garden. She's a hell of a piano player. I wasn't mad at her but I'm not going to give you my overall opinion just yet. Hey, kid, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Let me see if I can get them on the screen. Something about Puerto Rican tethers. Can't find it. Sorry about that, kid. I guess he got away from. Here it is. What is this here? Don't trust Puerto Rican tethers. Reparations is the litmus test. Okay. Everything else is choreography. FBA, make it uncomfortable. Okay. A little bit later, I may or may not play. There's a video that I watched. A female trucker calling out men. You guys know about this? For not helping her with her load and kicking up a whole lot of dust. Give me a second here. Hey there. Good morning, wherever you may be. We're talking about the Bad Bunny performance at the Super Bowl. Are you there? Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hey.
I'm right here. Hello.
Who am I speaking to?
All right. My name is Jen.
Hey, Jen. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Where do you want to start?
So I just wanted to speak about what someone said previously. You know, we could talk more about it if you want to talk about like the Super Bowl and stuff like that. But I just wanted to like clarify one thing, and then then we could go from there.
Well, I would rather hear your thoughts as opposed to just addressing somebody else who called. And I like for people to speak freely. This is the objective perspective. So can you tell us what you thought first, and then you can address the other person, the other caller?
Oh yeah, no problem. Personally, yeah, I know what I heard you say about it being like kid friendly and stuff. I mean, there were some things that I do think could have been done better. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But overall, as in unity, right? Because personally, I am Hispanic, right? So like for me, it did mean something. Like, you know what I mean? But it's also about America as well, because obviously Puerto Rico is part of America. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, that's really what I wanted to say about the show. I thought it was a good one.
Hang on. I mean, there was so much talk about, whether he was or wasn't going to wear a dress. I thought the outfit was classy, to be honest with you. I think overall the family friendly, approach, I think that's what maybe was needed at this particular point in time. I'm not tripping off the ending with all the flags and all that sort of jazz, but it was very much, Latin culture, all the sugar cane and the bodegas and the icy, and it wasn't too much hedonism, if you will. Yes, no.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean exactly. But also, like, you have, given the perspective that we're in the country right now, I feel like there's a lot of targeting on Hispanics and stuff like that, which is why he probably wanted to present more of that. Yeah, I don't know. We can agree to disagree on that, but that's what I feel personally.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. But I did want to mention something from before, if that's okay. Now
Go
that
ahead.
I've given kind of my take.
Yes. Go ahead.
All right. So, earlier I heard someone talk about how people in Hispanic countries, they hate like being tan or stuff like that, right? But that's called like xenophobia, right? When people hate like their race and all that stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Colorism.
Yeah, colorism, yeah, but also xenophobia is like when you hate where you're from and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also a thing that I'll explain more of it, because like I've heard about it, because in my family, stuff like that, you'll hear about it. It's called mejorar la raza.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's a thing that came from. Do you know about that? I mean, I don't know if I'm explaining.
No, I do. I'm as
right,
old. I'm as old as dust, but good. I'm enjoying the conversation. Continue.
Right. So I just think that's something that people need to be aware of. Obviously, that's another effect of colonization, where people came and then like the Europeans came and they gave the ideology that being fair skinned is better than being darker skinned. You know what I mean? So that's just something that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. I don't know if you caught the broadcast early, but there was a lot of dark skinned people within Bad Bunny's set. Did you notice that? Quite a bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it makes sense, because because Hispanic it's a term, but race is different. So you can be Hispanic, but you could be from like any race, obviously, Yeah.
I appreciate the call. And any comments on the game? Did you pay attention to the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl, or not really?
I mean, yeah, I thought it was a good game. So
okay.
yeah.
Okay. I appreciate
All
the
right.
call. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Bye now. Okay. All right. I want you folks to speak freely. Okay. Well, listen, I want people to talk. I don't want to keep interrupting whether I agree or not. Just let them talk. Somebody's pissed off in the live chat. And I don't necessarily know about the numbers. I did mention something earlier. I did not get a confirmation. Still waiting on that. Grammy Award winning. Okay, Coco Jones. So she got married or they're engaged? It's not that deep. Donovan Mitchell, he plays with the Cavaliers, right? Yeah, I got to be very careful speaking about anything to do with the NBA. Hang on a second. Hey, Miss Ruth, thank you for your donation, darling. You see, she's spent Skrilla. That's why I let her talk her talk. Guys, if you're just now joining me, I finally did some research today, and not right now, but a little bit later, I am going to wave the white flag. I'm going to bow out of any future conversations with regards to professional basketball. You win. You win. I don't know what I'm talking about. Are you guys up to speed on something called the gather step? If not, Google this. Often called the 0 step. They've also got something called the Euro step. And all this shit is legal. The only place where the gather step is still considered a travel is NCAA or high school basketball. Years ago, when I used to watch LeBron, and I said, he's traveling. A lot of people said, no, he's not. And I said, no, that's traveling. Now, salute to Left-Handed, the Most High, Florida Boy Jay. I spoke to them today, and I said to all three of them, thank you, but no more will I speak about professional basketball. You know, I have to bow out. It's a different game. You know, to see somebody go from one end of the court to the other, and the goddamn ball only hits the hardwood floor three times, and you tell me that's legal, I got to shut my fucking mouth from here on out, okay? Just want to say that. Area code 415. Good morning. Talking about the Bad Bunny performance halftime show. Are you there? 415.
John Blaze on the check-in.
Hey.
Can I cook for 1 moment? Give me 2 minutes to cook, my nigga.
Take 5. Let's go. Come on. Take 5 minutes.
My nigga, the show was trash. The show was trash. Okay? Give me Michael Jackson, who jumped out of the stage out of nowhere, stood there for a whole hour and the crowd went nuts, huh? Give me Prince, who went ahead and sang Purple Rain and the skies turned purple and it started to rain, huh? Give me Usher, who went ahead and performed on roller skates, okay? The show was mediocre, okay? And I was offended for the simple fact that we have the American flag surrounded by these foreign flags, okay? And the show was not about patriotism. It was not about patriotism at all. Isn't that what American football is all about? Okay? This don't make no goddamn sense to where we brought Bad Bunny on this goddamn show, the Super Bowl show, to which you want to go ahead and politicize the movement of ICE. I was disappointed ICE wasn't there to go ahead and deport somebody goddamn ass. This don't make no sense for we to go ahead and have this mediocre show based off of some sympathizing because we try to go ahead and enforce these laws in this country. Okay? Now you want us to do, the NFL wants to pacify their audience. The NFL wants to bring somebody on to distract what's really going on. Okay? Because if John Blaze was in China and my visa overstayed, they get me up out of there.
Right.
Okay? Now we got Bad Bunny, okay? And we got a man who is feminized, but we ain't got the masculinity of somebody who is more androgynous, like somebody like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, Prince, Purple Rain, this dude was trash. I ain't gonna take up too much of your time. I had to just give my humble opinion.
Stay with me now. This
you see what I'm saying?
No, John Blaze. The Super Bowl was in Santa Clara, right? And the last time it was in Santa Clara, correct me if I'm wrong. The Panthers and the Broncos. Is that where they played or no?
Santa Clara, I believe so. That was the last two. I can't. I don't. You know what? To be honest with you, I don't even keep track of football no more. I'm a little disenchanted with, just like yourself,
with basketball and football because I think it's all fixed.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, I was just asking because you're out there, you know, in the Bay and those areas. So, okay, listen, I respect where you're coming from. I guess since you're here, I'm gonna give my opinion after you and I finish speaking. Do you think that it will have any meaning beyond just his performance earlier, or is it just entertainment? I mean, at the end with all the flags, is it going to mean anything, change anything, affect any policies, or just a goddamn performance?
No, it's not. It's just a goddamn performance. Tomorrow ICE is going back to work.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because unfortunately where we at in this country is the fact that we are not obeying these civil laws in this country, to which they think open borders is something that we're going to forget. I want to remind the audience that we have a problem in this country with foreign gang violence that is coming to this country, and they're infiltrating areas of Compton and all throughout LA, and black folks is getting the business. And they forgot about the victims of black folks down there in LA by these individuals who are not citizens. MS-13 is a problem in this country. Right. Now, we want them up out of here. Now, we ain't going to have no Bad Bunny to come on here and distract us on what our true goals are. And our true goals are patriotism and closing these goddamn borders. You see what I'm saying? I ain't going to hold you up, my nigga. I just appreciate the conversation.
Yeah.
I just wanted to contribute
I appreciate
my humble
you
opinion.
tapping in. Salute, John Blaze. Thank you, man.
Salute.
Okay.
Salute.
John Blaze doing what he does, going hard in the paint. The guys, thank you for your donations. Salute. A. Miller, Adam Silver, and the NBA got. Sir, you are so right. Let me see if I can put that on the screen. Sir, I'm not shook. I bowed out. You won. If you are of the newer generation, you won the discussion. Trying to get your donation on the screen. I think it's kind of far back up there. I'm old, sir. I spoke to left-handed earlier. I said, hey, man, I said, please don't call the show to speak basketball ever again with me. Okay, I can't find your donation. But either way, thank you so much. Schofield, okay, caller crying for a Purple Rain halftime show from 20 years ago. Okay, and someone says you didn't watch a second. Let me see if I can get these on the screen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to acknowledge your donations, but at the same time, keep the phones rolling and play a couple of videos. Hey there, area code 586. Good morning. The Bad Bunny performance, Super Bowl halftime show. What say you? 586.
Top of the morning.
Yes, sir.
Top of the morning. Top of the morning, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, man. Bad Bunny. Yeah, man. Just get on the topic, man. We just jump straight into it.
Come on. Pause.
Yeah, man. Pause, man. But yeah, ain't like Latin America. You know, not to be insensitive. You know what I'm saying, to, you know, a whole group of people. But isn't this like a race of people that are like a product of like mass grape?
Where you going, sir? I'm not sure where you're going.
I'm saying like
if you're talking about Spain, sir, they've got so much culture and history. Where we going?
There were several countries in the early 19th. in the late 19th century and early 20th century. That.
Sir, can you fix your phone? It's kind of breaking up. I want to hear what you're saying, but you get a lot of noise in the background, please.
All right. Here it goes. I'm that small. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Are you there, sir? So
in the late 19th century, the early 20th century, you had several countries that weren't. There were laws that were passed to where only European immigrants were allowed to migrate there, okay. And they discouraged people who were black or of African descent from being able to come into these countries. I believe it was Brazil, Dominican Republic, Argentina, and there was like mass
Sir, with all due respect, it sounds like you're doing something, and you keep fumbling and stumbling. Can we just bring it up to date, sir? The Bad Bunny, campaign. Sir, the Bad Bunny performance, please. You're killing the vibe.
Let
me put him on hold for a second. He can't hear me. He's doing something, and he acts like he's doing us the favor. Sir, can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You got too much going on, man. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta scream, and I want to hear what you're saying, man, but come on. Can't let you kill the vibe. Area code 267, Bad Bunny. Halftime show. Are you there? 267. Are you there? Okay. Get Chip out of there.
Oh, hey.
Pick up the goddamn phone. What are you doing?
I said, hey.
Well, hey.
I'm here.
Okay. Come on, don't kill the vibe. Now turn that down in the background, please. Turn that down in the background, babe. I'm trying to talk to you. Baby, I'm gonna let you get back. I'm gonna let you get back to your perky if you're not ready. What are we doing?
I'm here.
Come on, talk.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now, but you were doing too much.
Okay. I apologize.
Come on.
Well, I wanted to say I really enjoyed the performance. Okay. I'm not going to front. Okay. I really enjoyed the performance. I was dancing. I was getting my Living a Vida Loca on. Mm-hmm. And I really don't think that Bad Bunny made it political. I'm going to be honest with you. I actually think the turning point conversation made it political and not Bad Bunny. I believe that Bad Bunny's performance was about unity. It was about love and unity. And honestly, what they fail to realize is what people felt. Well, I'm not going to say people. The people that was at the Turning Point concert, the Republicans, which is no one was Republicans. But what they fail to realize is that performance that Bad Bunny put on was about family. A lot of the Latin community represent conservative values. And that performance about family. You had a couple getting married, a man and a woman getting married. You had the children around. You had the whole scenery of that. It was like
it was a Puerto Rican cookout. The cookout.
Thank you. The cookout. It was so family oriented. That was the most family vibes that I ever witnessed.
Are you yourself Puerto Rican? You Puerto Rican, baby?
No, I'm not Puerto Rican.
Okay.
But I feel that was the most family value Super Bowl ever. And then another thing that interests me about the Republicans that made it political was that they kept saying, well, he's not American, he doesn't speak English. They didn't have
Puerto Rico is part of America. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, but they understand. They legislators, they smart. They just want to be facetious. My thing is they didn't have that same energy when Coldplay is not American. They all them UK players that was all them UK singers that was at the Super Bowl. Right. They didn't have those issues when it came to Coldplay, when it came to Phil Collins, when it came to all these another UK performers. Okay. So they need to, if they just being...
So you enjoyed it. Overall, you enjoyed the performance. You got no problem. Can I ask what state are you from? You don't have to say what city, but what state?
I'm from Philly.
Okay.
I'm from Philly, and I'm 45, so I'm familiar with a lot of the Super Bowls.
Okay. I appreciate.
And I wish Big Pun. This is the thing. I wish Big Pun was alive. Like when I watched that Super
baby, he's gone. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. He's gone. Rest in peace. Thank you for the call, darling. Good night. Okay.
All right. Good night.
You see, I don't like to just bang on people. I give you time, but doing all that stuff in the background and sheesh. Hey, Miss Ruth, I got your other donation. Hold on a second. Miss Ruth spending Skrilla, retired NYPD. Thank you so much, Miss Ruth. Hi, Miriam. I got your donation as well. Alejandro, good to hear from you. Guys, is Ecuador in the live chat? Ecuador. Anybody else want to call in and rep Boricua or take some hard shots? Where's the white Denzel? I sent him a text. I don't think he's available to call in. I know he was heated. Okay. Let me put my email address on the screen as well. If you're new to the show, with regards to business and other things, that's my email address. Let me also say thank you. I got a bunch of emails with regards to the Versus battle that we did last night, which is going to be re-uploaded hopefully tomorrow, Tuesday at the latest, between the Staple Singers and the Delphonics. And many of you understood why I put two groups against each other that were not similar. And thank you to those of you who did some research with regards to the song by the Staple Singers 1970 when they were singing about reparations. Let me look in the live chat, see if some of you remember. What's the name of that song again? And I played that one last. There's a reason why I do certain things. But we did the Staple Singers versus the Delphonics. And according to my research, the Staple Singers edged it out. Okay, we'll come back to it, okay? Let me go to somebody who's been on hold here for a while. Area code 980. Please watch the language. Good morning. Talking about the Bad Bunny performance halftime show. You there? 980.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
What's going on, Star?
Talking about the halftime show, sir. You ready?
Yeah. So with the halftime show, Bad Bunny did an amazing performance. I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of the Bad Bunny hate. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how to speak Spanish, but I feel like every time I hear, I've been listening to Bad Bunny for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? And I put friends on and stuff, right? But his music, I don't understand Spanish and all that, but I remember just listening to the music every time I'll go to the store, you know what I'm saying, living in the tri-state area, you go to the Poppy store, you'll hear all the Spanish music, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I get every time I listen to his music.
So what about the performance overall? Did you enjoy it? Is it a classic performance, or it's just entertainment and not that big of a deal?
Yeah. Well, I did see two guys grinding on each other. I don't know what that's about, but
the two guys you said grinding on each other?
Yeah, I seen two guys grinding on each other.
Yeah.
I seen that shit.
Well, but that's how the newer generation gets down. Listen, they're doing that shit down in the ATL. You ever been to the ATL? You got niggas down there with fingernails as long as Cardi B with that acrylic shit. So that's where they are today. I'm not hating it. It's not my thing, but I mean, we got to be real, right? It's entertainment.
Yeah. I guess, but I didn't like the fact that why did they put Lady Gaga out there?
Because she's white and she's popping, sir.
Yeah, I said, you know what? I said, what the? I said, look at white America right there. Look at that right there. They're gonna put her up there because man, I don't really know how to explain the bullshit that they.
Sir, you gotta watch your mouth, or I gotta get you out of here. Please.
My fault.
Can you land your plane, please? Land your plane.
I don't know how to explain. I don't know if it's propaganda or not, but the fact that, all right, so you got, on one hand, you got ignorant blacks saying, I don't know why he performed in the Super Bowl because we can't understand nothing he's saying, right?
Well, hold on, sir. Now, you said ignorant blacks, but now you yourself just asked why Lady Gaga performed at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. What?
So who are the ignorant blacks you're talking about? I want to be clear.
Niggas.
Oh, the niggas. Okay. Well, listen, I gotta go, man. Salute.
Peace.
Okay. He said the ignorant blacks. I just want to be clear. Oh my God. Everybody, please hold on in the phone queue. Hold on. And have you guys made a small donation? I mean, I'm not hurting for anything, but I don't want to talk to a bunch of broke people. At the top of the live chat, there's the Cash App. If you would be so kind, you know. I move a little faster when you send in Cash Apps. Who's this right here? Hey, T. Chris Brown tweeted that he needs to perform at the Super Bowl next. I agree. Yeah. It's needed. It's been long enough. I mean, I like a good amount of Rihanna's music, but I thought her Super Bowl performance was trash. She just had a big belly on a thing that was going up, way up into the sky. Thank you for your donation, T. Virgil, I got your donation via cash. Oh, well, thank you, man. Okay. He said I taught him something with regards to the Staple Singers. Yes. It's a piece of history. Staple Singers were singing about reparations in 1970. We played the video last night. I can't play it again because that's going to be a copyright issue, but just Google Staple Singers and it'll pop right up, okay? Let me go to area code 248. Good morning. Are you there? 248. Please watch the language.
What's up, big?
Yes, sir.
What's up, big nigga? First of all, what a halftime show. Only thing I was missing was Saucy Santana. You know?
We're listening, sir. Go ahead. I'm just writing something now. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that was the only thing missing. I thought, Cardi B and all those guys should have been, all up there all together since they're all from the Latin community. But, I think that Jay-Z put this together to give, I guess whoever is against the other side a big middle finger, you know what I'm saying? So, I just believe that, he did this purposely,
okay,
as well as others to fuel whatever agenda is being placed in front of our ass.
Okay. Did you watch the football game itself between the Seahawks and the Patriots?
Yeah, it went exactly how I thought it would go. Defense on one side and no scoring on the other side, so it pretty much was a sleeper at the first half,
Yeah. I mean, the Super Bowls are never like, great games, but it wasn't trash in my opinion. But anything else you want to mention with regards to the Super Bowl or Bad Bunny? I mean, I'm letting people speak freely. I'm not rushing you off, and I want you to say what you feel.
I really couldn't get up for this game, pause. But I would have liked to see the Lions in there, and I think we'll be there next year.
Okay. Hang on a second. Cardi B was on stage. Who else? Ricky Martin, Lady Gaga. Any thoughts with regards to the crescendo with the flags and everything? At the end and the unity supposedly that he was trying to project. Any thoughts on that?
Unity to who? For what?
Come on.
Who are we unifying?
Come on.
Who are we unifying? That's the real question. So, and that's the one. That's the big concern for me. What and who are we unifying?
Right. But it wasn't trash, though. Was it trash?
Yeah, trash. I give this 2 thumbs down and 2 toes down.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah.
I appreciate the call, man. Salute. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Okay. I want you guys to speak freely. You guys got to give me a second here. I just want to reiterate something, and I want to play a video as well. Got to play this video. So, as I was saying, no more sports. Well, no more basketball talk here on the Star Report because it's such a different game now. For 50 years, of my life, I've known that certain steps, traveling, I thought I was going crazy years ago. And I have since learned, salute to the Most High, left-handed and Florida Boy Jay, about the gather step, right? And then I saw Max Kellerman speak about it, and I said, so this is a real thing, the gather step. Now, he's talking with, he's got a podcast. Is it Rich Paul? This is LeBron James' business partner. They've got a podcast now called Game Over with Max and Rich. I want you to see Max Kellerman speak on the gather step, because again, I said, maybe it's not what I think it is. Here's Max Kellerman.
I cannot take the gather step thing. It ruined the NBA for me. Like, the gather step is such bullshit. Like, you're learning as a little kid about a layup, how many steps you can take, right? Now if you time it so that you catch the ball on the gather step, the reason the scores are so high is because guys can pick up the ball and just run down the court with it.
Well, I don't know about that.
Lacrosse?
Now, wait a minute. Nobody's getting up and running down the court.
Basically, they are. I've seen dudes take it started with Chris Paul, used to get those little extra steps around the corner when he went around the corner on a guy. And little legs, he'd let him get 4 steps. But nowadays, everyone's allowed, and then they try to justify it. Well, by the rules, this is actually my gather step 2, 3, and now I'm going to the basket.
No, do you know a lot of pros can get from one basket to the next with basically like one dribble?
Yeah, but that's not what they're doing. They can do it with one dribble. Back in the old days, Rich, if you dribbled in such a way that you're even able to take 2 steps in a dribble, that's a travel, right? Like, everything was a travel.
Yeah, but they were playing with, like, they didn't have the insoles and all.
I'm talking about the league after the ABA absorption, after the shot clock, the whole thing, 3-point shot, everything. They used to call travels. I cannot take the gather step thing. It ruined the NBA for me.
Stop right there. Stop right there. So again, I'm saying I'm bowing out of the conversations because this is a legitimate thing now. Let me just read something from my notes here. The gather step or zero step defines the moment a player ends their dribble and gains control of the ball, allowing 2 additional steps before shooting, passing, or stopping. The foot on the ground when the ball is gathered is step 0, not step 1, allowing for advanced moves like the Euro step or long step backwards. Now, no disrespect to this guy, but who is he aside from being LeBron James' business partner? Because he said insoles. What are insoles? Please educate me. I'm throwing in the towel, raising the white flag. Rich Paul, in that clip, he said the insoles. What is he talking about? What the fuck? And this guy is talking 75% of the time. This is a new podcast. Game Over. Why is he talking 75% of the time? Okay, this shoe insoles. One more time. Hold on. Let me run it back because I am not discussing basketball anymore. You guys win.
I cannot take the gather step thing. It ruined the NBA for me. Like, the gather step is such bullshit. Like, you're learning as a little kid about a layup, how many steps you can take, right? Now if you time it so that you catch the ball on the gather step, the reason the scores are so high is because guys can pick up the ball and just run down the court with it.
Well, I don't know about that. Now, wait a minute. Nobody's getting up and running down the court.
Basically, they are. I've seen dudes take 4, it started with Chris Paul, used to get those little extra steps around the corner when he went around the corner on a guy. And little legs, he'd let him get 4 steps. But nowadays, everyone's allowed, and then they try to justify it. Well, by the rules, this is actually my gather step 2, 3, and now I'm going to the basket.
No, do you know a lot of pros can get from one basket to the next with basically like one dribble?
Yeah, but that's not what they're doing. They can do it with one dribble. Back in the old days, Rich, if you dribbled in such a way that you're even able to take 2 steps in a dribble, that's a travel, right? Like everything was a travel.
Yeah, but they were playing with like they didn't have the insoles and
I'm
all.
talking about the league after the ABA absorption, after the shot clock, the whole thing, 3-point shot, everything.
Okay, that's my source. That's my source. And thank you for your comment on the screen. Allowing for advanced moves because the new people cannot play like the black guys. They don't have coordination. I hate to make it a color thing, but I think you might be right. And this Euro step that I Googled, now again, in high school basketball and NCAA basketball, you cannot do the gather step. In those leagues, high school and NCAA, it's a travel. So I'm finished. I bow out. Area code 314. Please watch the language. Good morning. Are you there? 314.
Hello. Yeah.
Sir, we can't do the speakerphone, the headset. Can you make the adjustments, please? Are you there, sir?
Hello. Yeah.
Can you call back, sir? Can you call back?
Call me back.
Okay, thank you so much. He's doing a lot right now. Area code 347. Good morning. Please watch the language. Bad Bunny.
Yo, good morning. Good morning, Star. What's a good performance, man? How you doing?
Yes. What'd you think, sir? What'd you think?
Nah, it was good. What do you think?
It didn't faze me. I'm not mad at him. I thought it was family friendly. You know, I was expecting him to come out, you know, and some real sus type stuff, but he kept it very family oriented. I enjoyed the music. I like good music. I'm not gonna act like, you know, it was garbage. Listen, I used to fuck with Luis Miguel back in the 80s.
I heard that. You took it back right there.
Come on.
Luis Miguel and Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony was a G too, but the performance was good, man. And you know what else I heard? I heard the little boy that he gave the Grammy to was Liam, the little boy that Ice grabbed up.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
I didn't know that. You're educating me. Come on.
Yeah, no, I gotta find out though. So I'm gonna see if it's true.
Okay.
Yeah, man, but it was good, man. You know, he put the coaches together. I see all the flags, so I definitely liked it. You know, I'm from the Heights, Dominican style.
Okay.
You know, I grew up around. Yeah. I grew up around Dominicans, a whole bunch of races. You know.
I lived at 788 Rivers. I lived at 788 Riverside Drive, right around the corner from the cemetery.
All right, that's 155th.
156. I lived on 156.
Yeah. I know where you at. I'm from 173rd, baby. You know how we do it.
Okay.
Broadway.
Yeah. So I wasn't mad at it, but you know, I don't think it was as bad as people were expecting with the whole will he wear a dress thing or not. So I'm letting people speak freely, you know.
Yeah, it was good. I appreciate your show though, man.
Salute. Thank you for the call.
Yeah. Have a good night, my brother.
Okay. Oh God. He slipped that brother thing in there. Hold on a second, guys. Where are my notes? Guys, give me a second. I got to print something out here. I should have done this earlier. The gather step. No more basketball talk from me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's crazy. Let's go to area code 812. Please watch the language. Good morning. Did you see the Super Bowl? Do you have any thoughts? Area code 812. Yes, no, maybe? Give him a second. Somebody might be in the middle of something. Got to keep it pushing if you're not ready. Let's go to area code 845. You there? Area code 845. Late night. Go. Yes, sir. Are you there?
What's going on, Stars? DJ Douya in the building.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
What'd you think, man?
Oh, so first and foremost, we gotta give a birthday shout out to our
No, sir. I'll hang up on you. We don't do shout outs. No, we're not doing
no
that, homie.
shout out. Well,
no. Sir, get on topic. Listen, I'll bang on you. Don't make me do it. Get to the topic. Come on.
Birthday love to Aladdin.
Thank you, man. Good night. You know, see, you can get hung up on, nigga. You don't know me like that, nigga. Greg, I got your donation. Greg, send me an email with regards to advertising and stuff like that. And let me just say this. Let me put my email address on the screen. If you purchase anything on the eBay page, some of the classic Tommy Hilfiger jackets and the shirts and the quarter zips, you can get 3 months free promotion in the community section. We'll make a showrunner for you. All right, there's the email address right there as well, okay? Let's go to area code 502. Hey there, please stay on topic. Please watch the language. We're talking about Bad Bunny, the Super Bowl performance. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. So I didn't really like the performance.
Okay.
You know, it's not like a racist thing. It's not I hate Mexicans, Latinas. You know, I've been to 3 quinceañeras in my life.
Okay.
You know, I've dated Latinas. You know, it's not about that. The whole thing was to get the, you know, kind of agenda across. It wasn't about anything about Latinos together with Americans. It wasn't about that. They're trying to get this agenda pushed. They had Lady Gaga, Bad Bunny, and then they had Cardi B as the cameo. But Ricky Martin, Lady Gaga, and Bad Bunny all, you know, with the, you know, the agenda. And that's what it is. That's what I think it is, in my personal opinion. It wasn't really American to me. And I was just kind of like, you know, whatever, you know, like they're going to hype it up to make it seem like it was a great performance. But everybody, the real people know it wasn't a great performance. The Kendrick Lamar performance was just as bad, you know, because they're trying to put an agenda out there. You got to think, we had people like Michael Jackson, Prince, you know, recently, maybe it was about 5 years ago, Dr. Dre. You know, these are classics. These are things you can remember, and everybody, Latinos, Black people, Chinese people, everybody can sing along to it. Nobody sing along to Bad Bunny. We didn't hear about this guy until really the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. I didn't hear about him until that in the, you know, when he made that music video, that controversial music video that people don't want to talk about.
Okay.
Let's talk about that. Okay. People aren't really with, you know, like back in my day, people used to get ridiculed for that, you know what I mean, and bullied and everything. I'm sure back in your day, you've seen the same thing. My dad talked about it. It wasn't really a thing where it was like normalized. They're trying to normalize it and put it into our children, put it into our youth, the millennials, the Gen Z, whatever. You know, I was raised differently. I don't know. I'm not feeling the whole.
Can I jump in? Stay with me. I appreciate your different perspective. I'm not sure what you mean by the bully thing. I mean, I had an older brother, and he used to. Well, hold on. But never in the streets was I, you know, a victim of anything. So I can't relate to what you're saying about that. But now, what is your era or your generation, if you can enlighten us?
So you know, I'm a '90s baby. You know what I mean? I was born in '93.
Okay.
You know, so I was raised to know what sexualities are and everything, you know, and nobody was really feeling that, you know, like back in my day when we were younger, when we were kids, people used to pick on people.
Where you from, sir? What state? What city?
So I was born in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
But I grew up in Kentucky. Okay. So both worlds, you know what I mean? You can talk about the Detroit side, or you can talk about the countryside, which is Kentucky. You know what I mean? So I was raised in both worlds. So I know what it's like in different worlds, you know. Everybody in my era, we all got along, no matter if we were Latino, gay, white, Black, everybody got along. We weren't thinking about this agenda bullcrap that we're talking about now. We weren't talking about that back then. It was way different back then. Now, everything's indoctrinated, everything's installed, and it just don't feel right to me, you know, and it's going to continue that. It's only going to get worse because people are going to start feeling the hate, you know, and they're doing it on purpose. They want people to be mad. They want people to be upset. You know, they want people frustrated with all these different, you know, performances or people, you know, taking energy.
Can I jump in?
Taking it to their agenda.
I'm not saying you're wrong. You know, social media and technology has advanced hatred, if you ask me, and racism,
Definitely.
and people being prejudiced. But, you know, this show here is the objective perspective. I like to listen more than talk. There was a time when I did all the goddamn talking on the microphone and people couldn't get a word in edgewise. Now, I'm still the same person. I still have the same philosophy, ideology, if you will. But, you know, you as a person who came from whatever background you just described, you know, you can't fall victim to the propaganda. You know, sometimes you just have to look at something and say, well, it's just entertainment. It's not that deep. I'm not going to, you know, go run outside and, you know, set somebody's car on fire. I mean, it's
exactly
bad Bunny, you know. I mean,
yeah,
I'm nobody's fan. Don't get it twisted.
But it is.
I'm nobody's fan.
It is what it is. I would have personally had, like, maybe, you know, if you want to put a Latino or Latina in there, like Fat Joe or.
Sir, please don't make me hang up on you. No. Thank God Fat Joe was not on the stage. Don't do that. You were doing good. You were doing good. Land your plane, please. Sheesh.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Salute. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Hey there, area code 770. Is that you on the screen? Someone sent in a cash.
Yes, finally.
Let's go.
Star,
hey.
Puerto Rico.
Oh!
First of all,
What's
the
going on,
biggest American artist of the last 10 years does not speak English. Facts.
Yeah.
Grammys, movies, fashion. Why are they mad, Star? Why are they mad?
Grew up with a mother and father and went to college, right?
Yes. Prince and Michael weren't more zesty than Bad Bunny?
Well, hang on a second. I can't let you take shots at Michael Jackson, but Prince in 1981. Hang on. Prince in 1981 was wearing a thong on his album cover. Go ahead.
Talk about it. Hold up. Prince turned down Bad because he said your butt is mine.
Right.
This was in the 80s. Hell no.
Come on.
FBA mad.
Ooh.
The biggest Star. He hasn't been in the music industry for more than 10 years. Yeah. He's been the biggest artist in the world in the last 10 years. If you don't know about Bad Bunny, you're under a rock. Facts.
Hold on a second. The song that I just played, when did that come out? Like 5 years ago or something, right? That's not a new song.
2020. And so let me tell you, that song came out in 2020.
Okay.
And that album was the only album that, outside of English speaking, #1 album with no English words in 2020.
Okay. Yeah.
Pow, nigga. Like, what are we talking about? The biggest artist is Puerto Rican from the island, don't speak no English. Y'all mad.
All right, so hang on a second. So now with regards to the overall performance, you know, you're Puerto Rican, so you're biased. I get it. But do you think it was just entertainment, or was he making a political statement at the end of flags? You know, I get it. But I mean, there's a lot of culture, you know, and I like the fact that he had a lot of dark-skinned Puerto Ricans as well. It wasn't just, you know, light-complected people, right?
So I like the fact that he brought out more, I would say, colors in the Hispanic community, culture, Latino culture, whatever.
Right.
Because we're all different shades, so it's a beautiful thing. But as far as the political stance, most Hispanics, Caribbeans, Latinos, we're not liberal. We're more conservative. Right. So I don't agree with his politics, but I do appreciate that he did highlight other cultures like Mexicans, Chileans, and everybody else, because, we're all united by our own language and we contribute to the society. So I understand, but I don't agree with his politics at all. But I do think that it was important to highlight other shades, because people tend to think that because you're Puerto Rican or Dominican, you don't like black people. That's far from the truth. If you actually learn Spanish, you would see that we really highlight all aspects of being African.
Tú hablas español.
Yes, of course.
Mucho poquito.
Yo soy fluido, 100% americano, puedo hablar inglés, español, de todo.
I just had to check. So,
of course.
Well, listen, I wasn't mad at the performance. I don't know where it is in terms of my, top 5. I don't think it's in the top 5, but I wasn't mad at it. Do you know what the numbers look like? I'm sure we'll find out something tomorrow by way of Nielsen, to be more precise.
I can promise you they'll probably be some of the biggest stream numbers of all time. Bad Bunny did about 13 songs. That's the most of any artist. I'd already fact-checked it.
Okay.
It's the most of any artist. And he also did melodies to other big artists like Don Omar and Daddy Yankee. So he didn't just focus on his own music. He also highlighted Puerto Rican music, and he had Lady Gaga doing salsa. Who else could do that?
Yeah. Thank God Cardi B didn't do that track that he did with her. Thank you, Jesus.
No, sorry, I can't give you that one. I love Cardi B. Sorry.
Well, she was there. Did you see her? She was there.
I wish he would have did it. That was a big song. If it was J-Lo, I'm not rocking with that. But if it was Cardi, okay, I'll give it to Cardi.
She was shaking her ass. We put the picture on the screen earlier. But hey, man, I appreciate the call. Anything else?
Puerto Rico, 2025, 2026, forever. Puerto Rico.
Salute.
All right, son.
Folks, this is the objective perspective. I've never been to Puerto Rico, and I stand on what I said. I would rather eat a glass sandwich than go to Puerto Rico. I have no interest, but Puerto Rican people have been good to me. You've heard me speak about my Puerto Rican uncle who passed away. He gave me all that game back in the early 80s. One of my favorite uncles, Uh-oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Big Elvis the Chef. I see you, sir. Hold tight, Big Elvis the Chef. Right now, my friend, Gene Richmond, a.k.a. Number 9. Good morning, sir. Number 9.
Well, I'm really glad that Hispanics and Puerto Ricans have been really good to you and your life, and all this fanfare and all this and all this glamour. Great, and all this glamour that you project tonight. But my question is, who was this performance for? Was it for the blue collar, red blooded American worker? Was it for the average Joe? I don't think so. All I heard was Spanish from start to end. And then you have these multicultural Spanish flags. My question is, that performance should have been performed in Mexico or Honduras or on tour somewhere, not at the Super Bowl. Who was this for?
Come on.
Because it was performed in front of the wrong audience. I mean, there were good old boys there. There were your average working class Americans there who don't speak a lick of Spanish. I didn't know what I was looking at. I had to turn to Kid Rock on the TP USA app to watch an all-American performance. Who was this for? I got to ask. I was confused.
Now, you and I were texting prior to and during the halftime performance. So in your opinion, it did nothing with regards to the entertainment that people were in seek of. I mean, the game was just mid, the game itself. So you're just not buying it. It was in the wrong place, the wrong audience, and the wrong time. Yes.
Well, yeah, it was horrible. This is the Super Bowl performance for Americans. And yes, I understand that, Puerto Rico is a commonwealth, but that's besides the point. This whole thing was in Spanish. It was directed at specific cultures. There was nothing Americanism about it. This was not Americana. This was driven to push some kind of universalist ideology. And these people that were there were not into the whole universal Spanish-speaking thing. This was a Spanish-speaking performance, which is typically in front of a Spanish-speaking audience, because his dynamic is primarily Spanish-speaking people. That's his fan base. Now, of course, he's an international superstar, but primarily he appeals to the Hispanic or Latino community. Those are the numbers who purchase his music, attending his shows. So being at the Super Bowl with playing in an all-American sport in front of people who, on average, don't listen to his songs, I think is a ridiculous slap in the face. And it's an idea that is trying to create this, oh, we're all in this together idea, this universalist performance, and it's not true. Americans did not ask for this. And this idea that...
Can I jump in?
Bridging... Go ahead.
Puerto Rico is part of America. It's a commonwealth, you know, and Puerto Ricans have fought in wars for this country, and they are law enforcement, professionals, doctors, nurses, and things of that nature. So with regards to who he was talking to, we have to acknowledge the Browning of America. Now, listen, I voted for Trump 3 times. That's my guy. He stands on business. But, you know, with regards to the performance itself, was it that bad? I hear everything you're saying. You and I are friends. I know where you're coming from. But was it that bad? You're taking a very hard line. But you watched it. You watched it.
Well, yeah, I watched it to make sure I can come on this show and take a dump on it.
Okay.
Of course I watched it. Yeah, of course. Of course, so I can take a wet diarrhea all over it. Yeah, I watched it from start to finish because I had an idea. I had an idea what they were creating, and I was right. I was absolutely right. Yes, I understand that there's a so-called Browning of America, and the demographics have changed, and they're changing. We're well aware of that. And this is not something that happens by accident. There's a globalist agenda to this, and this was a globalist performance. You might as well call it a performance of the United Nations, but not much United Nations.
As a friend,
this is it.
As a friend, I have seen you with many of Latina mommies, you know, who look like they were on that stage, you know, right?
Well, the girls were hot. I'll admit that.
Star snitching.
Say again. I said the girls were hot. I gotta admit that. I give them that. There were some good visual aesthetics there. I'll give them that. But again, I just think to the common man who isn't about the Browning or isn't Brown himself, it fell flat.
Right.
You know, it just if you're looking. It's right down the middle. People are torn when it comes to this performance. Either people really loved it or they really hated it.
It didn't bother me.
Nope.
Listen, I'm not tripping either way, but I'm not going to hate just to hate. You know, I mean, I looked at it and I'll say it again. I was like, oh, come on. I mean, this is where we are now. Just like with, you know, I was talking about the gather step. I had to accept that I don't know shit now about the NBA because they got something called the gather step, the 0 step, and the Euro step. And what I knew, what I grew up knowing, is no more. So, yeah, Bad Bunny is here. He's selling a gazillion goddamn units, streams, what have you, and it's what it is, man. But listen, before you go, you and I have spoken in the past about Tom Petty, R.I.P., right?
Correct.
Tom Petty used to go on tour with that big Old Glory in the background, right? Rebel Flag.
Oh, yeah. Rebel Flag.
Old Glory. So now, you know, in today's day and time, you know, stuff like that, we have to question whether it really represents the values of America right now. So I just wanted to say that because you and I do let each other speak, and I appreciate you. Go ahead and land your plane with regards to anything, you know, that we're discussing. Number 9.
Yeah, you talk about Tom Petty, but whether we like it or not, Old Glory is a part of Americana. The English language is a part of Americana. This performance doesn't represent Americana. Okay. It represents a specific group of people, okay, who are Americans, civically, and I respect that. But this isn't a core American performance. That's why I want to acknowledge Kid Rock. And even Chris Brown took a shot at this performance tonight. If you were watching his messaging, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you, Salute. Okay. Gene Richmond. Big Elvis the Chef. Sit tight. I'm coming to you next. Just hang on. Big Elvis the Chef. Guys, hold on. I'm getting a little backed up here on my notes. Thank you for your patience. The Real Rico Mercado, thank you for your donation. He says, I'm Puerto Rican. Bunny fell flat. He needed Cardi B. Okay. Hey, so I sent a donation. I'd like to get on the line. What area code? 510. Sit tight. You're coming up. 510. Day, I got your donation. He says, Fruck, Bad Bunny. Most of that music was from FBA. Huh? Okay. Tomas, thank you for your donation. Tomas, if I said that right. Big Elvis, the chef, Rosenberg, thank you for your patience. Where do you want to start, Big Elvis?
Big Elvis, the chef, Rosenberg, I'm here, Star.
How are you, man?
I want to start off by saying I started off wanting to hate because I don't know anything about Bad Bunny, his music. I remember he had those little glasses on the edge of his face.
Yeah.
He did not wear that tonight, and I appreciated that.
Okay.
I like his outfit. It reminded me of Kanye West style. I thought it was kind of cool, the shoulder pads and all that.
Okay.
And then I was really paying attention to what I was watching, and I have to say, it was showing the Puerto Rican people as farmers, and then they went from farmers to hustlers of like ices and shish kebabs and empanadas, and then all the way to the jewelry store, and then boxing. It was like this. It wasn't a braggadocious, look at me, I'm so fly, got a big chain, and I'm popping.
Right.
It was about like a lost culture. It was like a remembering of a culture that we don't even know or think about anymore when it comes to the Puerto Rican people. At least I don't think about it. I don't recognize it. And it was kind of cool to see that they were showing that transition of the hustler and the romanticness of the Latin man still marrying a chick, still representing family, and at the same time still having hot chicks around.
Right.
So you got all these hot chicks that were outnumbering the men, and these men were still like blue collar working hustlers, still trying to be romantic and still getting in the fight game and all that.
Right.
And it gradually just grew, and it kept on building. Even though I didn't understand a word he was saying, he gets up on this.
Well, hang on a second, Big Elvis. I thought you spoke a little Spanglish or New Yorican, no?
Yeah, I speak this. Yeah, I speak the stuff from the streets. You know.
Okay.
You know, like I know how to cop a dime bag. Come on.
Let's go.
I know where to get a one-on-one. Come on. But anyway,
come on.
Right. So now he's on top of these like electric poles, and I'm like, okay, he's up there. He didn't even have like a safety belt or anything. I was like, okay, this guy's athletic. He's doing his thing, and then he out of nowhere he says something that triggered me. He says the name Lolita LeBron. And it was crystal clear to me. And I remember at 21 years old, I'm 52 years old.
Okay.
I just had a flashback when I was 20 years old, and my Puerto Rican cousin, she's a professor at Columbia University, and she tells me, yo, you need to learn about Puerto Rican people and what they've done to try, because, you know, I was always like, yo, I ain't messing with the Puerto Ricans. They got played for the island. I was always on that, like, yo, I'm not representing none of that. And she was like, you need to learn about this lady.
Okay.
And, yo, he says it crystal clear, Lolita LeBron, and this is a woman that in 1950-something, 1954, something like that, 57, she went into the House of Representatives with a machine gun and shot 4 or 5 congressmen. She lit the whole place up because she didn't want the Puerto Rican people to fall for this welfare system and this Medicaid system, and she was fighting for Puerto Rican independence. So that just like totally blew my mind. Like, oh, okay. This guy is saying something now.
I appreciate you going back and giving some, some context to what you thought about when you watched his performance. Okay. Now, what about the game itself? The Seahawks beat the Patriots. Any thoughts? Any comments? Or are we past that?
I don't care about that game. I was there. You know, I went to a party. I didn't care about the game. You know, I had 2 Guinnesses, and you know, and then you know, I think the halftime show represented much more than the game did itself.
Okay.
But can I just? I want to say this. After before I called your show, I did a 20-minute show.
Okay.
Talking about this. And if anybody wanted to, it's Big Elvis and Chef Rosenberg, or Premium Black News will link you to it.
Okay.
Premium Black News, one word. But and I talk about that, and I talk about what I was saying. But I wanted to say to basically go against a little bit of what Number 9 was saying. I think that this was a representation of America. When he yelled out all those countries, he even yelled out Canada. So it's like this guy was representing for the Americas,
right.
Opposed to like the Caribbean or the Puerto Rico. Like he was speaking beyond Puerto Rico. He was speaking beyond the Hispanics.
Okay.
He was speaking as the Americas. And I thought that was pretty interesting. So,
Big Elvis, I hate to cut you short, but I'm going to put your banner on the screen before I leave. I appreciate you and thank you for chiming in.
All right, Star.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay.
All right. Bless up. Thank you.
All right. Big Elvis, the chef. Ghost Face. Let's see if I can get your comment on the screen. Tom Petty used Confederate imagery early, but later he changed. Yes, I know. I've been a big Tom Petty, supporter. Nobody's fan, but I've liked his music for decades. R.I.P. Okay. I was looking for a song. I can't find it. JG Studio Design. Should ban lip syncing, bring back real talent. I hear you, man, but with regards to stage performances, award shows, and things of that nature, it's all on a clock. And if something happens, a power outage, or I don't know, something is not working, it throws everything off. And thus the reason why, they've been using lip syncing for decades. At these award shows. But I hear what you're saying. Some places do, some groups prefer to do it live, but I would imagine with regards to the Super Bowl that most groups do lip sync. I know Prince played his guitar and he was singing, but thank you for your comment, all right? Who's calling in from Canada? Hey there, thank you for your patience. Area code 647. Good morning. Are you there? 647. Yes, no, maybe. Got to keep it pushing. All right. Let's go to area code 786. Good morning. Are you there? Talking about the Bad Bunny performance, Super Bowl halftime show.
Hey, Star. How are you?
Hey, good. Who's this?
This is Candace from South Florida, and I want to kind of chime in on the Bad Bunny performance. And a caller has stated that this performance would not change anything in terms of just the political views in terms of immigration and ICE.
Okay.
And my opinion comes from my experience as an English adult teacher here in South Florida.
Okay.
And a lot of my students come from Central and South America, and they come here for a better life. They work and they send money back to their country to help their family. And the path to citizenship comes from them learning English. Now, I remember during Trump's second election, I asked about their political views, and a lot of them supported Trump because of the party's conservative value, because a lot of them are Catholic, and they're, highly devout religious people. And also at the time, under Biden, the country was going very far left in terms of the controversy with transgender individuals and young children going through these having those surgeries.
Right.
So they were very uncomfortable at the time. And also, I was surprised that they disagree with the influx of immigration because they said it affects their job security because typically employers underpay illegal immigrants. So they highly supported the closing of the borders. And so this performance, in my opinion, which is symbolic because, again, the Latin Spanish community, they will support ICE in Trump's policy.
Right.
Thinking about the national exit poll that showed Trump captured with like 46% of the Hispanic and Latino vote in 2024.
Right.
And I also think that this just kind of showed the NFL's hand in terms of trying to capitalize off of the political landscape to expand the NFL into Central and South America as well.
Right.
And I also want to say that I think there's going to be a big backlash within the Latin community because there was a part in that performance where there were two men winding on each other.
Right.
And we know, again, like they are very devout. I don't think anybody like said this on your show just now, but
I made reference to it earlier about the two guys grinding on each other. But go ahead.
Yeah, and they did it for like 2 seconds, and they turned the camera.
Yeah.
But I just think overall, no one asked for this, and the NFL capitalized again off of what's going on in this country. Under the guise of just advocating for immigrants.
Okay.
So when we do not see a number of Hispanics marching in the streets, just mostly liberals. I don't really hear a lot of Hispanics and Latins, forming organizations to advocate for, the rights of immigrants or to stop ICE at this time.
Can I jump in?
Just kind of neutral. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that Hispanics, people of Latin descent, are targeted by way of propaganda still in this country? In similar fashion, how, all black people did not grow up in the projects. All black people were not on welfare. All black people did not stand in line for a fucking block of cheese. But propaganda and the mainstream media would lead you to believe that, all black people don't speak, Ebonics. So with everything that you just said, and I appreciate everything you said, do you think that the propaganda of Hispanics, being, I don't know, lazy and things of that nature is coming to a head? And maybe, again, I'm just rambling. Maybe that bad, hang on. If I can just finish, and maybe that Bad Bunny performance will show just how culturally proud, people of Latin descent, because his music is Latin trap. Do you think it will inspire generations to come?
I think so, because I think he does appeal to the younger generation, Hispanic and Latin community, because I ended up looking him up, and he's very much so gender fluid. And I think this generation Alpha and Generation Z right now, I think they are very much so on par in terms of what Bad Bunny represents. So I think he appeals to that younger generation that's coming up globally.
Okay.
But in terms of just propaganda, the more the Gen Z, or I'm sorry, the millennials, the Gen X, and the baby boomers, in terms of the Latin community, I don't think he appeals to them.
Okay.
And I think they're hardworking. I think they share a lot. I think they're more assimilated and Americanized. And I think that's who you see are widely voting more Republican, and want to have more proximity to white America or white supremacy. So I guess I have to wait to see what comes out in terms of more think pieces.
If I could also just say this, and again, I appreciate everything.
What will be said.
I appreciate everything you say.
Yeah.
You say you're a teacher, right? Did you say what grade? What your
adult? Yeah, adult English.
Adult.
Yeah.
Up in New York, according to PPM, that's the rating system with regards to radio and television. There's a station up there called La Mega, beating the hell out of everybody, crushing the Breakfast Club, crushing the whole Power 105, crushing Hot 97, crushing those radio stations up there. So they are a force to be reckoned with, you know, and him speaking in Spanish, you know, Americans, you know, are going to have to at some point get over it because they're coming, they're here. And, you know, it's where the country is going, the browning of America. But go ahead and land your plane. I appreciate your call.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So I'm neutral about the performance. I live in South Florida, so I see these, you know, the culture pride every day in Little Havana, Hialeah, Venezuela. So I do appreciate the history that he took us through. I didn't realize a lot of in terms of how they saw themselves as, you know, proud builders of this country. Knowing FBA is the original, but yeah. So, but thank you for the call, Star.
Thank you. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Objective perspective. Someone sent a comment. I'm not sure if we spoke or not. Guys, hold on a second. I want to make sure that I addressed all of my notes. The gather step. I'm done with any and all commentary on professional basketball. Oh, I know it's getting late, but here's something I just wanted to address. I've got a couple of truckers that call into this show, and I appreciate you guys. Is this video picking up traction? This is a female truck driver. I don't think this is something that's staged or, you know, as they say, done for the camera. I don't know where this is, but we've got an influx, or not an influx. We've got quite a bit of female truckers, right? And this woman here seems to be pissed. Well, let me just play, and then you guys can tell me what's going on here. Hold on.
Dear warehouse man, please let me explain to y'all how annoying and creepy it is for y'all to sit there and watch unload her whole truck. Like, that is creepy. Like, you just literally stand there and watch me unload my truck, and you're just standing there. Other truck drivers are in the bays next to me, come over there and stand and watch me. Now I feel like a circus freak show because y'all are watching me unload my goddamn truck instead of helping. Like, what kind of men are y'all? Dear warehouse man, please let me explain to y'all how annoying and creepy it is for y'all to sit there and watch unload her whole truck. Like, that is creepy. Like, you just literally stand there and watch me unload my truck, and you're just standing there. Other truck drivers are in the bays next to me, come over there and stand and watch me. Now I feel like a circus freak show because y'all are watching me unload my goddamn truck instead of helping. Like, what kind of men are y'all? Dear warehouse man, please let me explain to y'all how annoying and creepy it is for y'all to sit there and...
Okay, now some of you have seen that video. 2 people sent that to me. Did you notice her nails? She's got those long ass acrylic nails. Is she salty because she doesn't want to mess up her nails and she thinks that men should help her? You're a truck driver. That's what you do. You pull into the bay. If somebody can help you, okay. Let me look in the live chat for a second. I didn't know where that happened, or yeah, the eyelashes, the goddamn acrylic nails. But you're screaming for equal rights. Area code 610. Good morning. Please watch the language. Talking about the Bad Bunny.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey.
Well, what's up, Star?
How are you, sir?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good.
That halftime performance was straight trash.
Okay.
Straight trash. I understand.
Tell us why.
Well, I understand the visuals of what was going on. It was showing us the Puerto Rican culture from, working in the fields to, the hustle and everything that went on through the different stages. But the fact that the majority of us who are watching could not understand if there was any messages in that music is disturbing to me. Why wouldn't you want us to understand what is being displayed? And I think that's just part of what goes on in society today. They want you to be dumb. They don't want you to understand what's going on.
If I can jump in for a second, Jay-Z and his Rock Nation, they have a lot of input with regards to who performs at that halftime slot. Yes?
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have been upset if they had some type of rock and roll act this year. The hip hop and R&B had the past few Super Bowls. So
rock and roll's dead, sir. I'm an old rock and roller. It's a thing of the past. But now, hang on a second. Let's go back here. So whether he stole something or whether he was influenced by Future, if you will, and Atlanta trap music, they got Latin trap. So which came out of reggaeton. So is it that bad? I mean, are you a man of color? Are you African American? FBA? Who am I speaking to?
I'm a mutt like you, father black, mother white.
Okay. So are you bothered? Because I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered by it.
I mean, I'm not bothered by it. I watched it. I could have probably been doing something better with my time. But it's just the fact that I couldn't understand it. It's like, it's the same thing as watching TV with no volume or watching a TV program in a language you don't understand. There's no subtitles, so you're lost. You're just watching.
Hypothetical question. You're heading home. It's raining. A chick with a fat ass, pretty face. She says, "Poppy, please take me home. I'm wet. I'm hungry." And she wants to back that thing up, but she doesn't speak English. Would you take her home and smash?
Absolutely. Why not? Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, certain.
So can you admit to being somewhat? Hang on. Can you admit to being somewhat of a hypocrite? She doesn't speak good English, but you understood her good enough to say she's cold, she's hungry, and she's willing to take it deep and long. For a bowl of rice and a piece of fish. You would take her home and smash.
Absolutely. I could be a hypocrite in that regard. But at the same time,
got him.
Ass is a universal language.
All right.
Sex and what comes with sex, it's a universal language. Right. You know what it is. She know what it is.
Right.
We on the same page. We speak in the same language in that regard.
Okay. Anything else with regards to the game? The Seahawks beat up on the Patriots. Did you watch the game?
No, but I was happy to see the Patriots not win. Very happy to see the Patriots not win.
Okay.
And plus
hold on a second, sir. Hold on now. They're trolling in the live chat. Someone says, "What if she was cold and wet, needed a passport, and had HIV, but she was fine as fuck"? Would you smash?
Nah, I'm not playing with my life. Nah, if I knowingly knew she had HIV, and they have, they have stuff these days that can hide hide it in your system. No, I'm good.
Well, you didn't know if the other one, hypothetically speaking, had HIV, but you said you'd take her home and dig her back out.
Oh, absolutely, but I would think I would protect myself, but stuff happens.
I appreciate the call, man. Salute. I appreciate you. Yes, sir.
All right, now, sir.
Troll babies, would you take her home and smash? She said, Poppy, no condom. Raw. She wants it raw. Let me look in the live chat. She said, raw, no condom, Poppy. Would you smash? Niggas is capping. Peace, the Most High. Are you there, sir? Good morning.
Star, peace.
Peace. I made reference to you earlier. I thanked you for all that you have done to educate me with regards to the NBA, but I let it be known, no longer will I speak about basketball, professional basketball, on the Star Report. I waved the white flag. I surrender. I bowed out. The gather step is real. It's here. And I don't get it, but go ahead.
The gather step. The gather step. Come on, man. So, in all honesty, Star, I'm going to say this. I appreciate the opportunity that you afforded me over the last 2 years or whatever, speaking about various aspects of all sports. But I think that over the last decade, the last generation, we've seen the degradation of all American sports, in all honesty. So if you want to focus just on the gather step, we could do that.
Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? I don't mean to cut you short. I could never play basketball in the first place. However, in high school, 11th grade, I was averaging at least 6 points per game, but I was trash. But to now see that the gather step is legal, now I'm totally confused, and I'm too old to even play now. So I have to bow out respectfully. The younger generation, I'll go to my grave knowing that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the all-time leading scorer. Michael Jordan played back when they were hand checking, and then what was it, 2008 or 6 when they implemented the new or took out that something with the hand checking rule, right? Remember that?
Yeah, no question. But yeah, I'm sorry.
So it's a different game. All I'm saying is it's a different game. I can't talk about the new game because that gather step is something else. James Harden and all these other guys, or whatever that tall guy's name is from France, taking 5 steps and then slamming on people. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck he walk? Anyway, I'm rambling. Go ahead.
Nah, I mean, you pretty much said everything that had to be said, and it's just to help facilitate interest in the league, or I don't know. In all honesty, though, Star, it's a chain reaction in terms of like second place trophies, like participation trophies and stuff like that. It's like to accommodate players without them really working on their game or trying to manipulate the game to bring more points or accommodate the European style of play. I don't really know. I think it's a combination of all those aspects because they killed the game. They killed the sport. They really did. The game is way softer now. Yes, even Steph Curry with his step back 3 gets a little egregious with the steps. Of course, James Harden. Of course, Luka. We'd even talk about the carry now. I watched a little bit of the Knicks Boston game a little bit in the afternoon. Jaylen Brown really don't have a good left hand. He carrying the ball, a ref looking at him in the post, no calls are being made. I see people in the crowd see some of the stuff happening on the court. They know such and such move is a travel. The referees aren't calling it anymore. It's pathetic. So, yes, when you start manipulating the rules and taking away from the original intent and integrity of the game,
different game.
It's over. Yeah. It's over.
If I can jump in for a second, the NBA hand checking rule prohibits defenders from using hands or forearms, right? This rule heavily was enforced since 2004. So Jordan was already long gone out of the league by then. And, listen, growing up.
Not long gone. Not long gone, because remember, he came back in the early 2000s with the Wizards.
But what year did he officially retire? Because the rule was enforced. He was gone by 2004, right?
Yeah, right before that. That year right before that.
Yeah. So 2004, according to Wikipedia, is when they started enforcing the hand-checking rule. So that was basketball that I knew coming up in the 70s. People would push you, touch you, hit you with the elbow. So I'm not I'm not complaining. I'm saying I have to bow out of the conversations. These younger guys, you're right. I don't get it. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's just one aspect alone. Again, that I don't know. Again, whether it was to enhance scoring,
I don't know,
bring more excitement to it. But again, once you start manipulating and taking away from the original intent and integrity of the game, it's over. It's tainted, and then it's getting progressively worse. So it's just again, all American sports, or if not sports in general. I don't watch soccer. Excuse me, I don't watch soccer, but rule changes in the NFL. That's why today's game was super mega trash. The Super Bowl itself was super mega trash. And I think it's time for real that people are either. I think sports also knows that over time it has to compete with other aspects of whether it be social media, whether it be streaming, got people making their own content or whatever. People are probably not tuned into sports alone like they used to be. So I think they might be feeling like they have to do a little bit extra to maintain people's viewership. If that's what they're trying to do, they're doing a horrible job. So, it just is what it is. You kind of hit on the head. Pause.
Yeah. But all right. Any thoughts on Bad Bunny? Did you watch his performance at the Super Bowl?
To be honest, I took an old nigga nap. I woke up as soon as the performance was ending. I swear to God, I woke up, I saw the score was 6-0, and I just thought I went right to YouTube, man. I turned back when it was a little bit more scoring towards the end of the third quarter, but it was kind of unwatchable. It kind of was unwatchable, and to be honest, let me just say this. In terms of, like, if you want to look at sports on face value, or just on face value, Sam Darnold got drafted by the Jets. He was their number one pick, whatever year it was. I forget off the top of my head that he got drafted, right? I guess they figured that they did somewhat good with Mark Sanchez, the so-called Sanchez. We already know where he's at right now. But anyway, long story short, he played the Patriots, I think his first game as a rookie on Monday Night Football, and they vamped on him. He had a horrible game. They blitzed him. They was, whatever. So he was saying he saw ghosts. So on face value, it's kind of a redemption story where he beat the Patriots in the only Super Bowl that he's been in, and he actually won one. So that's good. And then if you're a Jet fan, you see that one of your players went elsewhere and did something that he never could do as a Jet. And Leonard Williams was also there on the Seahawks roster. So again, on face value, it looks bad on the Jets for actually having good talent and then not cultivating them and keeping them and them going elsewhere and winning. But in all reality, sports is kind of trash, man. It's kind of over, man.
Okay. Great to talk to you, man. And again, thank you for all of your help. But I have bowed out of any more NBA discussions. I wish the Knicks all the best. They just won some type of participation trophy. We spoke about that a month or so ago. So, yeah.
Corny.
Yeah. Good to talk to you, man. Salute.
Peace, Lord.
Peace. Okay. The Most High tapping in. What time is it? Okay, we're doing okay on time. I still might play a video someone sent me. Somebody got shot in the back of the head. Some old nigga was flexing on social media with a couple of bands. You guys know what I'm talking about? And some little niggas came in to get it. They came in with the sticks. Give me a second. I'm gonna play it. Hold on. It's just, this is crazy. Everybody said, I think that's Boris. Hold on. Boris, is that you? Area code 440. Boris.
Здравствуйте, старик. How are you?
Hey, can you hang on a second? I'll be right back. All right, sit tight.
No problem.
Okay, I gotta play this video. Somebody sent me a donation that says, "Star, please get to this. This is crazy." The guy's okay. I wasn't laughing at anybody getting killed, but where did this happen? Indiana? When did this come out? Hold on a second. A couple days ago? Sheesh. You guys from my generation, you can't be up on social media trying to flex with the money phone. Please stop it.
He just stuck the gun straight to the back of my head and pulled the trigger. I couldn't believe it. Over a fake post.
An Indianapolis man recovering after being wounded during a home invasion on the city's west side.
CBS 4's Jesse Wells spoke to that victim, as you saw, who explains firsthand what led to that violence.
The victim spent the last few days in the hospital after being shot in the back of the neck inside his own home here behind me. Luckily, that victim survived his injuries and lived to tell the tale. He says the violence all started with a post on social media. Early Monday morning, 2 armed thieves stormed into a West Side home intent on robbing a 64-year-old man as he slept.
He said, "Where the money at? Where the money at? I've seen what you posted on Facebook. Where the money at?"
Anthony says 2 days before the attempted robbery, someone called him broke on social media. So he posted this picture of a stack of cash from an old Facebook memory, only to find himself explaining to his attacker that it wasn't his money.
I kept trying to beat in his head that it was fake. I said, man, it was a prank. It was fake.
Anthony says when the intruders realized there wasn't a pile of cash hidden inside the home here on Patricia Street, they didn't just leave. Instead, after repeatedly pistol whipping and choking him, one of the suspects shot him execution style in the back of the neck.
Oh, Jesus.
He just stuck the gun straight to the back of my head and pulled the trigger. I couldn't believe it. Over a fake post. Came out right there. I couldn't believe it, man.
The bullet exited through Anthony's chest. Shortly after the suspects fled, police showed up and rushed Anthony to the hospital in critical condition, unsure if he'd survive.
I said to myself, I'm about to die over a fake post. That's what I was saying to myself.
Although the police report includes very few details, Anthony recalls the suspects announced themselves as police during the break-in and even wore tactical vests.
They had a bulletproof vest on with the jacket, with the police on both sides, front and back.
Anthony just hopes the suspects are caught because if they're willing to kill over this pile of old cash, who knows what else they'll do.
That wasn't even called for. He didn't have to do all that. Once he found out it wasn't real, he should have just left.
So far, no arrests have been made in this case, but as always, anyone with information on this shooting can contact either IMPD or Crime Stoppers. Jesse Wells, CBS 4 News.
Just such a scary situation.
Damn near 65 years old, trying to stunt for the little niggas, huh? Boris, hey man, good to hear from you. Late night, we're talking about the Bad Bunny performance. Are you there, Boris?
I'm here, Star. I hope all is well with you. Before I touch on the subject, as I was waiting on hold, I could not help but listen to the discussion you had with a previous caller. And I would like, if I may, to give you a little bit of a pushback, because I found that your logic is a bit flawed. When you ask the caller if a hot nanny or mommy would give him, the good stuff, if he would take her home. The reason why this logic is flawed is because in your example, she was able to successfully communicate that she would like to be taken home.
No. Hang on. I got to cut you short. I said if she has enough sense to convince you or something, I said to take her home, would you? She barely.
I believe you said if she told you. I believe you said if she told
well,
you.
To me,
maybe you had
you get the point.
Intention to say.
You get the point.
Right. Point number two. In as you like to say, the needs of the many outweigh those of the few. So just because I might say I will take you home, it does not mean that everybody else in the audience feel the same. You understand?
To each his own. Hang on a second. To each his own, and I have to give credit where credit is due. That's Mr. Spock from Star Trek. The needs of the many far outweigh the problems of the few. Go ahead.
Correct. And also, before I go into the topic, the little kid that was given the Grammy by Bad Bunny was not Liam. It was an actor. I know another caller said that, but that is incorrect.
Well, he wasn't. He wasn't sure. But hang on a second before you jump to something else.
Yeah, I confirmed that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. The point with regards to the other caller, he just took issue with the whole Spanish speaking thing, and I just wanted to see if if he was somewhat of a hypocrite. Now he already admitted to it. So whether he fully understood her or not, it was more so a visual thing. Would he sacrifice his morals, to smash. So he said yes, just to be clear. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, now, as per the performance itself, musically, it was better than last year's, okay? However, I am no fool. I understand what the messages that were conveyed in the performance. Them showing the two guys grinding on each other next to the pickup truck for only 2 seconds, to show inclusivity, to show that at the end of the day there is a heterosexual couple getting married, to include all these countries. Listen, you cannot fool me by saying God bless America and then showing me all these Latin American countries and Central American countries. Most people do not know what is Paraguay in South America, let alone where it is on the map. If you have love for everybody, you have love for nobody. You know what I mean? I am so sick and tired of the left trying to push inclusivity, love everybody. I would like to be an American. Why is Bad Bunny in this country? Right? I understand technically speaking he's American, but you should be able to speak the language of this place. Don't reap the benefits of this land, trying to isolate yourself and excluding yourself as a Puerto Rican. Star, in my first call to you, I know you do not remember this. I told you, my ex. Yes, my ex was Puerto Rican from the island.
Okay.
She told me, I kid you not, she told me that she came to the U.S. on a handful of occasions, and somehow the conversation went to black people, and she told me, and I quote, she said her father does not like, and she used the N-word with the hard ER.
Right.
I have purchased her ancestry DNA just to see, just because I was curious, just to see if she has any black in her, and she was disappointed. The Puerto Ricans, those that look like Bad Bunny, they are more aligned with the European.
Yes.
So cut all this malarkey to say that, we like black. No, you do not like black people. If you did, I will be able to see it based on your dating preference. You know what I mean?
Boris, if I can jump in for a second, because I got a lot of calls here, and I do want to ask you about the gather step. So okay, I can appreciate everything you've said, but with regards to the overall performance, the powers that be brought him in, Jay-Z and the NFL. So who should people really be mad at? We can say all sorts of stuff. Speaking Spanish, I voted for Trump.
If you want for me,
go ahead.
Star, if you want for me to go a little bit deeper, pause. We can do that. I can tell you. The powers that be, if we look at the Epstein file, it is not the right versus left. It is class. It's a division between classes, powerful versus powerless. Okay. Epstein even said it. Let's create mass hysteria. Let them fight while we celebrate, while we have all these extravagant parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is a bipartisan issue. It's both left and right at creating this, so we can forget about all the atrocities they're committing.
All right. Boris, can you stay there? Hold on 1 second. Hey, is that Day 510? Day?
Yeah, what's happening? How you doing, Star?
Okay, yeah, I appreciate your patience. Hold on, I'll be right back. Stay there. Okay. Boris, back to you. Can we shift gears? I appreciate everything you've said with regards to Bad Bunny. Thank you, the Most High, for the boy Jay and Left-Handed, but I have to bow out of any future conversations about the NBA. When I did my research here and I played, I don't know if you saw it, I played a video earlier from Max Kellerman and Rich Paul. This is the law of the land now. So I'm too old, and I'm conditioned and programmed to think that the new gather step is something that's acceptable, but it is. Yes, the gather step, the Euro step, and there's another step, and I'm just like, what the hell? So, your thoughts on the gather step?
Star. Since the introduction of the gather step, there is a segment by Shaquille O'Neal called Shaqtin' a Fool, in which he makes fun of basketball players. Because these players are so used to the gather step, there is a video of Russell Westbrook taking 8 steps, literally without dribbling, because they are not used to it.
Right.
So I do not blame you. It is unfortunate, but I do not blame you. Let's talk about over the shoulder. Do you even remember that rule? How many players dribble the ball above their shoulder and it is not getting pulled? It is street ball.
I want to focus on this gather step because I have come to the conclusion I can't discuss basketball anymore. And maybe another day. Well, you know what? No more basketball. What is it? Load management? Is that what it's called?
Correct.
Yes. I saw AI and Stephen A. Smith discussing load management, and AI was like, "What the fuck is that?" So it's a new game. That's all I'm trying to say. It's a totally new game, and my thoughts and opinions are just archaic. But go ahead, land your plane, because I'm getting backed up on calls, please.
I'm going to land my plane with the load management. Greg Popovich is notorious for that, and because there was one game during LeBron's stint with Miami, and people were expecting Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James to play. However, that game was close to the playoffs, so Greg Popovich rested what's his name?
Tim Duncan,
Kawhi Leonard, and Spoelstra rested LeBron.
Okay.
Back then, it was David Stern who was the commissioner.
Okay.
Now they introduced a new rule that if you rest all of your healthy players for load management, you will be fined.
Right.
So yes, it is getting out of hand. Good call, Star, and I will talk to you later.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Boris.
Take care. Have a good night.
All right. Boris tapping in. No more basketball discussions for me. Hey, Day, thank you for your patience, man. I got your donation. Where do you want to start? Bad Bunny, Super Bowl halftime performance.
What's on the story? I want to talk about the performance because.
Can you come closer to the phone, sir? It sounds like you're far away. Day, we want to hear you, man.
Can you hear me better now, sir? Is that better?
It's a little bit better, but it sounds like you're in a tunnel or something. You on a speakerphone?
Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, sir.
There, you're ready?
Better now, start?
There you go. Good.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. I wanted to say, so with this performance, I look at it from multiple angles, right? So the first angle, I'm not just trying to hate on it just to hate, that's not where I'm coming from.
Right.
My angle is that when you listen to the music, right? The music, and you don't have a hating angle, the music is that it's clearly that he's clearly copying Black American music, and he's also copying Jamaican dancehall music, right? And when I said what I said in the donation I sent you and stuff, I wasn't just saying to be like, oh yeah,
Can you repeat it, Dave? Because I don't remember. Can you repeat what you said?
I said F Bad Bunny, and it wasn't because I'm saying F him as a person. I'm saying F his so-called talent, because his talent isn't talent. His talent is just regurgitating Black American FBA music and dancehall music and stuff. The most influential Black people are FBA and Jamaicans and stuff, and that's a fact and stuff. Those are the most influential and stuff. And it seems that this reggaeton genre, I don't even understand how it could be called a different genre. Rapping in another language does not make it another language. It's still rap. You're just rapping in another language. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you start making rock and roll music in Spanish.
If I can jump in for a second, Day, and I appreciate everything you've said. But now, at the same time, can you acknowledge that, a lot of FBA, Foundational Black American people, give things away for free, sell themselves short, love to see other cultures mimic Black culture? And with regards to, Japanese people who are heavily influenced by dance hall, they mimic Jamaicans. Jamaicans love to see Japanese people performing dance hall. Did you know that?
I mean, I could imagine with the.
No, sir. It's a fact. It's a fact. So what I'm asking you is, okay, you can hate on Bad Bunny all you want to, but at the same time, you have to say, well, why is this acceptable? And then it's a conversation we've already had before, man, with regards to the pioneers, just giving stuff away and so on and so forth. But land your plane with regards to that, because that's a long, windy road, whether he stole this or mimicking.
Yeah. Star. It's love to all of them and everything, but you know, it's the reason why it's acceptable is because they don't see black Americans as a culture and stuff. They just see it as like they're doing something, and they think that when they do it, now it becomes a culture. And the reason why he's a cultural phenomenon is because the entire Spanish world is behind him, but Black America is divided. We're not like one. So it's like this person is. We look at each other like through regions and stuff, or through where we from and stuff.
Well, let me slow you down because all that we stuff. I don't know you, and I don't necessarily know. Hang on, sir. Hang on. I don't know your ideology or philosophy, so I'm not just gonna allow myself to be pulled into we. You just said it's all love. No, it's not. No, it's I think already you're using words and taking a position that it's okay, and we all in this together. Could you yourself mimic or re-record a song from a Hasidic person? Would that be love, or would they sue the shit out of you and say, "Don't you ever do it again"?
No, they would definitely not tolerate that.
That's right.
And I wouldn't. And Star, what I'm saying is I don't like it either, right? All I'm saying is that what happens to Latin artists and stuff, as opposed to FBA artists in the Caribbean and the West Indies and stuff, is that there's a phenomenon that I noticed with them is that for whatever reason, in most of the Latin music is literally just a translation of dancehall and hip hop or other genres. And they think that because they're speaking another language, that is a new genre. Like, I'm not trying to, hate on them, but it's like, it's not a new genre. It's literally just like.
Okay, well, sir, can I cut you short? Can I interrupt and say, go tell the powers that be, stop it. Stop ripping off black music. Lift your voice, sir. You can get on social media. Hang on, sir. I can't sit here and whine and complain. We've already established you know your place if it came to another culture. So stop saying it's all love. It's not. But I appreciate the call.
All right. So
thank you, man. Thank you.
you.